Good morning. Good morning. It's Saturday. Let's make some, what are we going to call these? Collage strips, Timmy strips. We can make it into a belly band, so we could call it a belly band. I'm just going to call it fun. Let's make some fun today. So this one here, I collaged and made into a belly band. All you would do is glue the top and the bottom and put it on your paper, and you've got a belly band, and then you can slide in from that way. So anyways, you could do that. You could make it shorter. You can use it as, cut it in smaller pieces and make it into a page ornament. Anyways, let's make these. I got this digital off of 7 Plaza, Margaret's Ko-fi page. I've linked it in the comments below, or in the more info section below, and it's free. So if you are not a part of Ko-fi, or Coffee, however they call it, Ko-fi, you sign up and you subscribe to your favorite creators. 7 Plaza is on there, and like I said, I did link her Ko-fi page too in the comments. And all you do is, when it asks you, if it says it's free, you can donate, you can, or you put 0 in the box and you get it for free. Several pages, several different cutouts. I think I printed out 11 of them and cut them out, and there's more. But anyway, so this is what we're going to do today. So what I did to make it a little bit easier is I made some 3-inch strips out of paper, 3 inches, and I went ahead and I color coordinated some of the digital so that it would make it a little bit faster for me, because I spend a lot of time picking out stuff. So what we're going to do is, I've got these cut out from the digital, and these are what I'm going to use on this one. So let's move this out of the way, and let's get a glue page down. And it's really very, very easy. These are the things, and you don't have to use the digital if you don't want to use the digital, or if you can't print out. You can take strips of paper from anywhere. You can make them as wide or as narrow as you want, as tall as you want. I did 8.5 so that if I choose to use them for a belly band, I can. If I want to cut them for something different, I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, and I think I'm going to put this one on top. So I'm going to get my glue stick, and I'm just going to go and glue the entire back. And then I'm going to turn this sideways just so it makes it a little bit easier for me to see. And I'm going to just line that up with the top. And you see we have a little bit of excess on the side. That's okay. We're going to trim that off. So then let's go with, let's kind of lay it out and see how we want it to look first. Let's do this one, and then we'll do that one. And then I like that next to the mushrooms, and we'll do that. Actually, what we'll do is we'll cut this in half. It's 1 inch wide. Let's cut it at 1/2 inch. And I'm going to use half of it. So see, that's another thing. You don't have to use the whole piece of paper either. You don't have to have specific, oops, that's 3/4 inch. You don't have to have specific widths, anything like that. You can do it however you want it. There, let's try that. There we go. Okay, now let's put that there, and we'll do that. And then we'll do that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we'll put that aside, and we'll just go down like that. It's very, very easy. and it makes a big impact. Let's do this next one. Just line it up against the next one. You can go through, if you don't like seeing the seams, you can overlap them a little bit. You could also put some washi tape there. And maybe we'll put some of the boo-boo tape on this one, just to kind of get a look at what it'll look like. Anybody have any big plans today? I believe that Deb and I are selling today. I got to set that up. We're going to be selling on Dutch Rich Primitives at usually 2 o'clock Eastern time. But I'll post that. I'll get that set up. And then I think we're probably going to go to an estate sale this morning, so that'll be good. I know my husband wants to go to one. I'll move this up. Sorry, I'm out of frame, you guys. I'm new here. I'm just new here. I'm still learning. Okay. And then we'll do this. And it's really very, very easy. There. This one's pretty much done. So let's get some of Dee Dee's boo-boo tape, and let's put a piece across here. Well, she calls it oops tape on her website. I call it boo-boo tape. We want it there or there. I'm just going to run that across my glue. Her tape is very, very sticky, but I like to just do this with any tape that I'm using. I run it across the top of my glue stick. Let's see. Yeah, let's put it right there. I like it. We'll snip that off. Got that on there. Our blue glue will dry, obviously. Okay, so let's trim it up now. And just make sure everything is straight. Right in here. And just make sure that this edge is straight. My cutter is less than perfect these days. There we go. Okay, and now we'll go down on this side and make sure it's straight. I'm going to go just up. There's my shortest piece up at the top there. Line that up. Go right down the side. See what it's saying? I guess I'm going to have to get a new cutter. This one served me well, I must say. It still cuts good up here. It's down at the bottom where it seems to have the issue. There. So now we've got a nice straight piece. I'm going to take corner rounder and let's round the corners. I'm going to use the middle size one. And you don't have to round corners. I like them. There's that. And there's that. I'm going to ink it up just a little bit because I like that too. And because I want this, I especially want this one to be grungy. This is brown and fall and mushrooms, and I love the grunge. Now, another thing that you could do, if you were so inspired, is you could distress all of the different pieces too. I think I'm going to put another little piece of tape down there, not the whole way across, but just going across a portion of it. I love that tape. Good job, Dee Dee. Good on you, girl. You did good. Let's do that. We'll give it a little bit of extra glue just to make sure we never fall off. because knowing my gluing, there's a good chance it could. Oh yeah, I like that. And then you can embellish this any way you want. If you want to put other pieces of tape on there, that's fine. I glued some lace to the back of this one with some Fabri-Tac and just embellish the sides with it. You could make this a side pocket, put it on your page, maybe cut a little notch right here. You don't even have to do that, but you do that by just gluing the top and the bottom and the side, well, this side, and put it on your page. And then you've got a pocket from the side. You could put a notch in there, like I said, if you want to. You could also make this make it shorter, maybe make it up to here, cut a little notch in there, and you've got a side tuck. So all kinds of different things you can do with these. That's just one example. So let's make another one. Let's do it real quick. These are fun. These are quick. These are easy. I used some cardstock on the last one, the brown cardstock. This one I'm going to use some, I had some really, I love this side of it. I love the grunge of that side. I don't care about the little pre-made tags that you get in journal or in scrapbook paper. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to go down. Let's do that one on top, and let's do, let's do that. I like to kind of do color, not so much color, color, not so much color. That and that. What do we think? How are we feeling about this one? Love the digitals on it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make this just a little bit smaller, though. I'm going to take off the borders that were on there. A little bit of the border. Oh, goodness. A little bit of that border. So I'm getting some more French stuff in for our big sale, our French extravaganza. And I'll do a haul with that when it comes in. I'm really excited, you guys. Really excited. Okay, let's do this one. Do we want to? Yeah, let's ink the edges of our pieces, and you can kind of see the definition in them too. We'll do that real quick. That. So excited about that first sale. I know Deb is bringing some fantastic fabric for one thing, among other things, because Deb always has fantastic stuff. So I think I ought to get her on here to do a preview. What do you think? If you're in favor of Deb doing a preview of what she's going to sell the first sale, say aye. 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 Me. This girl right here. Okay, let's do this one. Love these. I'm going to have, I think almost all of my stuff will be, I'm going to call it my French extravaganza. And I'm excited because I have some things. I showed you some of the things, and then I have some other things that I have never had before, and it is going to be fun. And we're going to do French drops, $8 French drops like we do. And we're going to have giveaways and prizes. It's going to be so much fun, and you don't want to miss it. So if I were you, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying if I were you, I would hit that notification button so that you don't miss it. August 29th. You're not going to want to miss that sale. I promise you that. I promise you that much, because it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I think anyways. I wouldn't want to miss it if I were me. Says I. But I mean, you might like to miss good sales. Who's to say? Maybe you're the kind of person that likes to miss good sales. I don't know. I can't say what you like and don't like either, so there. I love it. Look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. Let's get my faulty cutter out. You know what? Let's wait until it's a little bit drier. Maybe that's some of my issue down there. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to hit you. Sorry. Let's let that dry just a little bit. And then here's the other one that I pulled out and kind of arranged. Same thing. It's got those pre-made journal cards on the back. What do we think? Let's not, oh, I don't know. Let's, that sure does look pretty. Yeah, let's ink it. Because I like it. Why not? Let's ink it. This digital that Margaret created is really very beautiful. And she did it in mind with making strips like this. So, I mean, how much easier could it be? And some of the Timothy stuff, oh, Timothy, is getting really hard to find. So if you can make it yourself, and again, you don't have to have this digital if you don't want to sign up for Ko-Fi, if you can't print, you know, the prints that you like. Some people have printers that the ink is ridiculous on them. I had a printer before I got my Epson. I could not have even printed out this entire kit. So, like, I couldn't have printed out what I printed here, 11 pages, without having to refill my ink, buy more ink. I was going and buying ink probably twice a week anyways, and that's ridiculous. With the cost of ink prices, that is absolutely ridiculous. So I got an Epson EcoTank 2850. I adore that thing. I spend a lot of time printing. I'm not gonna lie. I print a lot, and you know, it's expensive to print. Epson EcoTank, and I'm not sponsored. I'd love to be sponsored by them, but I am not sponsored. I'll tell you what, you can't beat it. The quality. First of all, you can print from edge to edge, which is nice because, I mean, I like being able to print all the way to the edge of a paper. And then that ink, if you don't, okay, so if you do a lot of printing like I do, which I do, I think I probably, and I print a lot, I probably print or replace my ink once every 6 or 8 months, maybe more. If you don't print as much as I do, and you print just like a normal person would, you'll probably replace your ink yearly. It is that amazing on ink. So I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's do this one. Let's do this one. Does anybody else have a different printer that they like a lot? Because I'm always open to suggestions. If it's better than what I've got, I'll always listen about it. Doesn't mean that that's what I'll run out and get, but maybe if something happens and I'm in the market, I surely will look for it. But what printer do you like best? I cannot get past how much I love the Epson. That is my favorite. You know what? Let's do this one up there because I want a little bit more color. We'll hurry because I have glue on the other one already. There we go. Oops. Let's do this. So they don't even have to be coordinating colors. I just, that's how I wanted them to look. That's really pretty. This is going to be so pretty. Okay. And of course you have to be careful because if what you're putting on there is directional, you want to make sure that you have it the right way up because that's important. So ask me how I know. I may have made one of these that didn't have everything all the way up. I'm not saying any names. I'm just saying her initials are Amy D. On who might have been the one to do that. There. I love it. Very nice. Okay, so again, we've got some overhang, no biggie. I'm just going to go through actually, and I am going to use my scissors on this one. Cut that off. Let's see what we've got here. Perfect. I love this. This is really very, very pretty. So let's try, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Let's try going back to the one that we made first before that one. Let me cap my glue. And let's see if it cuts any better. We're just going to go so that we hit our skinniest spot. Yeah, it does cut better. So let it dry. I'll put a little bit more ink on the side where we cut it off. I love this one. That is so pretty. Very. Let's see. You know what, on this one, we've already got that tape on there. So I've got some other tape that I like of Dee Dee's. And I accidentally spilled coffee on it, so yay me. I'm going to cut that in half. And maybe not that one. Okay. I love that. Isn't that pretty? Look how pretty that is. So pretty. All right, let's cut this one, and then we'll be done. And again, you can embellish with lace on the ends or on the sides if you choose to. That is, it's your creation. It's your belly band. Or your tuck. Or your side pocket. Whatever you choose it to be. Okay, so we've been together for 23 minutes so far this morning. We've got that one and that one and the one that I already made. Not bad, huh? 4 pieces of ephemera that we can use to really make an impact in our journal. Okay, guys, have a great day. Happy Saturday. See you later. Bye.